Trying to reach a milestone here at Boston Celtics today. Help us get to 14,000 subscribers. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button if you're all about the Boston Celtics. Welcome into Celtics Today. I am Will Scott discussing the latest Boston Celtics news and rumors. We're going to talk about some trade rumors and then at the end of the show do a brief recap of the Raptors win last night. We begin with this tweet, though, from NBA Central, which certainly caught my interest over the weekend. The Miami Heat have honed in on Grant Williams as a player of interest via trade, per Greg Sylvander. And with that, we welcome into the show producer Nick Roloff, who is a Miami Heat guy. And Nick, your initial reaction to this as a Miami Heat guy, and then I'll give my thoughts as a Celtics guy.
Yeah, well, you see here on the screen, it's brought to you by Greg Sylvander, who does have sources inside the Heat organization.
What does he do in Miami?
So he works for this media company called 5 Reasons Sports. That's kind of what he does, but either way, he does have sources. He has reported on things in the past that has come true before, so I wouldn't knock this away. As a Heat fan, this is actually the perfect P.J. Tucker replacement, and it would work. Now, is it going to happen? Yeah, I know you're going to talk about this, Will. I don't think it's even going to ever happen because of the two teams' history, but it would work for the Heat. That doesn't make much sense for the Celtics, though.
No, and this doesn't necessarily mean that the Miami Heat are trying to get Grant. But I don't think it's realistic. I really don't think this is a realistic trade. Like you said, the history between the two teams, I think, makes this trade pretty unrealistic. We'll talk more about this on the show, but Celtics Twitter, at least some Celtics fans, kind of freaking out about this over the weekend. Do y'all think that Grant Williams will be traded, type T for trade or type P for pass? Down in the comments section, go down and let me know what you think. Brian Robb, before that report came out, talked about the possibility of Grant Williams maybe getting moved. And here's what he said. Williams is still a vital part of the Celtics rotation, but the team will likely feel less of an urgency to overpay for him in his next deal after getting Al Horford under contract for the next 2 seasons. Again, Horford signed an extension last week. The truth for Williams is that the restricted free agent market is generally a tough spot for a role player like him, given the limited cap room available for other teams to spend and an unwillingness for teams to put out offer sheets that could tie up their flexibility. Boston will want to keep Williams, but they feel better about doing so on their terms. Here is what Grant has done this season. And if you look at his numbers year by year, the numbers keep getting better, and specifically his usage keeps going up. Last year, he averaged 24 minutes per game. Now he's averaging nearly 29 minutes per game. He's seen an increased role on this basketball team, but I always thought that he was going to be the Al Horford replacement. Nick, you just mentioned maybe Grant going and being the P.J. Tucker replacement in Miami. I thought going into this year, Horford was going to have his last year as a Celtic this year, but he just signed an extension, so maybe that impacts their thinking here in possibly extending Grant Williams. Before we get into more about the potential trade, I want to tell you about our good friends over at Fetch. They're the free app that allows you to turn your receipts into free gift cards, and you can download the app for free at that link. And those gift cards can be redeemed to your favorite stores, restaurants, or online retailers. It's super easy to use. Take a look at this video we're about to show you, but use the app to snap a photo of your receipts from purchase from any store, or click the e-receipt option, and Fetch can connect to your Amazon account, and you'll earn points for all shipped orders. Plus, connect your email to earn points for every e-receipt you'll receive from Uber, Instacart, or any purchase you make online. Those points then can be redeemed for gift cards at your favorite stores and restaurants. Fetch is available on both iPhone and Android. Use our link, chatsports.com/fetch, and enter promo code FETCH, or chat, promo code chat, chatsports.com/fetch, promo code chat, for 5,000 bonus points. That's the equivalent to a $5 gift card. I used a Starbucks gift card the other day. It was fantastic. And with the holiday season, we're all shopping a lot. Those receipts are going to pile up. turn those receipts into points, which will then turn into free gift cards. That's the link, promo code chat. That link, that promo code in the comments and the description of this video. Going back to the trade, couple takes here. Number one, Grant Williams is not going to get traded. If you lose him, it's probably going to be after the season when he becomes a restricted free agent. He's not going to get traded this year. The Celtics are trying to win a championship. They're not really focused on, oh man, could he leave after the season? We should trade him if so. Number two, he's not getting traded to the Miami Heat. He might get traded to the Kings. He might get traded to the Rockets. He might get traded to the Mavericks. He might get traded to the 76ers. He might get traded to the Jazz. He might get traded to the Suns. I can name 30 other teams, 29 other teams. He's not getting traded to the Miami Heat. Nick Roloff, producer, said it best. The Heat and the Celtics have a little bit of a rivalry. If you didn't know, he's not getting traded to the Miami Heat. Had to get that off my chest. It's not going to happen. Sorry, Nick. You're not getting Grant Williams. Here is some good news that we heard over the weekend. Joe Mazzulla says Robert Williams is pretty close to returning. So we've heard some rumors that it could be coming soon, a Robert Williams return. But Joe Mazzulla now saying that it is imminent. Grant Williams said this about Robert Williams. Williams talking about Williams. Robb is an outstanding player. He's one of those guys that changes the entire makeup of the team, and that's for the better. He provides shot blocking. He provides a vertical threat at the rim. He provides a person that just brings energy and a guy that's always been our anchor. He's always been a guy that has our backs whenever things go wrong or when things go right. He's always there. How big do y'all think getting Robert Williams back is? Scale it 1 to 10. I mean, the Celtics team right now has won 20 of their first 25 games without him. Now you add him back, and he's probably going to be back in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That is huge. I'm really excited about getting Williams back, and I did mention that the Celtics are rocking and they're rolling. They got another win last night, 116-110 over the Toronto Raptors. Close game. Celtics get the job done in the end. Tatum went for over 30. Jaylen Brown went for 22. How about Blake Griffin getting the start and putting up 13? So maybe he'll get more involved here. Pascal Siakam, 29 points. Scotty Barnes, 21 points. Gary Trent Jr., 20 points. But for the Celtics to go on the road, win in Toronto, which is not an easy place to go on the road and win. I don't care if it's the regular season or the playoffs. That is a really big win for this team, and this team is now 20-5. That's real. The Celtics have won 20 of their first 25 games. They've won 16 of their last 18 games, but they do have a difficult stretch coming up. Their next 4 games all on the road against potential playoff teams. At Phoenix, at Golden State, at LA, for both the Clippers and Lakers games. So that's a really tough 4-game stretch. If you survive that, go 3-1, let's say, maybe even 4-0, they could certainly do it. Then you're picking on a Magic team that's been struggling on December 16th back at TD Garden. We're always going to have you covered when it comes to the latest Boston Celtics news and rumors, especially trade rumors as well. Go down, subscribe to the channel.